Yo, I wasn't gonna go live. I wasn't planning on going live right now today. But after what I just saw today on the zone, I feel like I gotta go live. You know what I'm saying? This is crazy. First of all, before I get into what I'm about to say, subscribe to my Instagram, deep underscores visions underscore LLC. Subscribe to my Facebook, facebook.com, Danny's Dimensions Podcast. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel at Danny's Dimensions. So, I'm gonna touch into this a little bit more. But right now, I'm gonna. This is a random live right now. We're gonna talk about the Danny Jacobs versus John Ryder fight. Uh, oh man, I'm literally stunned right now. I'm stunned. I'm shocked uh, of what I just saw. John Ryder just won a split decision over Danny Jacobs when he deserved to win no more than 4 rounds at best. 5 if you really want to be generous. But he won 4 rounds of this fight. And for some reason, Danny Jacobs loses by split decision to John Ryder. I mean, I can't even call it. I cannot call it. I have no words to describe uh, what's going on with this. I mean, I felt like Danny Jacobs fought a good fight. He fought a very good fight for the most part. He was when he fought from the orthodox stance, he couldn't miss with the right hand. He could not miss with the right hand. The only time that Danny Jacobs was getting tagged is when he got hit. Is when he was excuse me, when he was with the southpaw stance. That's the only time he was getting hit. Other than that, he was not getting hit. I just don't understand it. I mean, I gave Ryder like 4 rounds. And if they did have Danny, winning the fight, losing the fight, how in the world, what rounds are you scoring for John Ryder? Like, I'm trying to figure out, like, I'm trying to make sense of this in my head right now because it's like, it's a robbery. And I feel bad for Danny. And he really handled it very graciously. Um, but yo, come on, man. This is why boxing has black eyes sometimes. And when you go to the UK, Danny is more well known in the UK than John Ryder is. You know what I'm saying? And Danny's not from the UK. He's from Brooklyn, New York. So it's like, yo, how does this happen? How does this happen? How does Danny lose this fight? Like he fought very well. And I feel like, from the orthodox stance, even from the southpaw stance at times, he fought very well. But it wasn't until he started getting caught that I was saying, you know what? Yeah, you need to you need to go back to the orthodox stance because that's your bread and butter. So that's the only way that he was having any trouble in this fight. Other than that, it was all Danny all night long for the most part. Now John Ryder was tough. He was very tough. But if you can come away from this fight, I don't think there's anybody in the press or anybody out there that really think that, except for the UK announcers. And I love the UK, no disrespect to the UK, but I don't think there's anybody that really thought that this dude really won this fight. Like, I don't understand what goes into the scoring of this fight, man. It's really bad, man. And I'm not just saying it because my name is Danny. And I share the same name with Danny Jacobs. I'm saying this because it's like, yo, I guess maybe they're paying Danny back for the Rosado fight because that was a split decision for Danny, and some people didn't think that Danny deserved to win that fight, and because he didn't look too good. But it's like, yo, bro, how can you rob Danny of this fight? And Gabe Rosado was laughing. He thought it was a joke because he was like, yeah, I thought Danny won the fight, but he got robbed. Ha ha ha. I don't know what goes on. I don't know what's gonna happen with Danny now. I really have no idea. what goes on with Danny Jacobs. But I'm really like, yo, I don't know where he goes from here. It's like I can't believe that he got robbed. Like this, I was not gonna go live. I promise you, I was not gonna go live today. But after talking with Ring IQ, shout out to Ring IQ Boxing Talk, one of the best boxing channels in the world, in my opinion. Um, my boy Julius, shout out to him. I went live with him and a bunch of other people on the panel, and we were talking about this fight, man. And it's just like as it was happening, and to me, it was just, man, like it's just so mind boggling. I'm so perplexed right now. I'm at a loss for words. And I don't really use the word robbery too much, you know what I'm saying? But when you got a fight like this of this magnitude that could, propel you to another to something else, and you have a fight like this, Danny Jacobs is clearly the bigger name, the well-known guy. You would think that he would get the benefit of the doubt, right? Nah, he didn't. He didn't get the benefit of the doubt. He got robbed. He got robbed. And I can't see any other way but the fact that he got robbed. I can't see nothing else. Like, I really can't see nothing else other than he got robbed. He got robbed. Like, it was a split decision victory for John Ryder. I don't understand why it was a split decision victory for John Ryder. I don't see what John Ryder did in that fight. I mean, he was competitive. Okay, I'll give you that. The man was competitive. He made the fight competitive. You know what I'm saying? He won maybe 4 rounds. If you really want to be generous, I was generous and I gave him 4 rounds. It was 8-4 for Danny. Most of the ringside observers had it for Danny Jacobs. Uh, I can't really name anybody that did not think that Danny Jacobs won that fight. And yet, and still, here we are. And this is what happens when you fight overseas or when you fight in the UK or fight somewhere else abroad and you're not the hometown guy, even though you're the more well-known guy. These are the type of things that can happen in a fight. So I'm going to elaborate more on this. I don't want to touch too much on it. I just had to go live to showcase how I felt because I don't feel good about this decision. I'm very upset about this decision, and it really kind of pisses me off because it's like, yo, how can you rob somebody like that? These fighters train so hard, they work so hard for this, and you just go in there and rob somebody like that, man. It's just, to me, it just leaves a sour taste in my mouth. Now I give Ryder a lot of credit for fighting tough and fighting gutty and doing what he had to do in the fight, but yo, if you could tell me that Danny Jacobs lost this fight, I just don't see how you can tell me that, man. I don't see how you can tell me that Danny Jacobs lost his fight. There's no way whatsoever at all that Danny Jacobs lost this fight. But yet and still, like I said, here we are. Split decision victory for John Ryder. Danny Jacobs loses by split decision. Danny Jacobs, who's a more celebrated fighter than John Ryder. I don't know. Maybe, like I said, maybe they're getting back at Danny for his gift victory that they thought was a gift victory against Gabriel Rosado. I just don't understand. Connor Ben was in the audience. He was saying that, well, Danny looks like he's clearly losing this fight. John Ryder looks like he's winning the fight. And I'm like, you're just saying that because that's your fellow countryman. That's the only reason why you're saying what you're saying. Other than that, you would not be saying what you're saying. But you're just making that comment because that's your fellow countryman. And I just don't understand how somebody, in most people's eyes, the public's eyes, my eyes, I don't see how somebody can win 8 rounds of a fight. Because when they said split decision, I was like, man, here we go. Here we go. It's about to be something controversial. I knew it. I knew it in my mind. I was thinking about it. I was like, when they said, ladies and gentlemen, we have a split decision, Right then and there in my mind, I was thinking, yep, it's about to be something crazy about to go on. Something real wacky is about to come on. And then what happened? One judge gave it to Jacobs, judge gave it to Ryder, and the third one gave it to Ryder. And they gave it to Ryder. They gave the fight to Ryder. So, if you fought a good fight, I'm going to give you credit. Win, lose, or draw. And Ryder fought a tough fight. I mean, it was just like, yo, I just don't understand. I feel like Jacobs just controlled the fight for the most part. He controlled this fight. And the only time that he got hit consistently and consecutively is when he decided to stay in that stupid southpaw stance, which I thought was a stupid move for Danny Jacobs. Because when he was in the orthodox stance, he couldn't miss Ryder with right hands. He was landing right hands all night long. But yeah, I just wanted to give a quick post-fight reaction, and once again, you know what I'm saying. I just wanted to be real quick on here. I don't want to be too long about this, but we are going to talk about this again. And we're going to have an episode and we're going to talk about this. Uh, like I said, once again, here's my Instagram right here on the bottom of your screen. This is my Facebook right here, also on the bottom of your screen. And I'm telling you, man, subscribe to that YouTube, baby. Definitely subscribe to that YouTube. Um, Man, Danny Jacobs loses to John Ryder by a very controversial split decision. It's mind boggling to me. I'm really I'm really at a loss for words right now. I can't. I'm really low key pissed. Low key, I'm pissed because I just don't understand it. I don't understand it. But hey, it's Danny's Dimensions. You know what I'm saying? And we're gonna touch into it a little bit more. But until then, I'm gonna holla at y'all. Peace.